Hello, everyone. My name is Nira. I'm the creative director of Salem Business Solutions. And today we're going to talk about original mineral COR.color. We're going to talk about COR.color and about the lighteners and about how you can create the best results. We're going to also mention the ingredients. We're going to bring up mixing ratios, how you get to work with them, and how you can create whatever you want with this beautiful range of colors. Original Mineral is an Australian brand that is now available in the UK, and we are so proud of that. And we see all your beautiful color work daily on your socials, and keep on tagging us on Original Mineral UK on Instagram. Log on to cleancoloracademy.com, a free online platform where you can find lots of information, inspiration, and education. And don't forget about the Facebook group, O&M COR.color, where you can share your work, you can get inspiration, you can see how other O&M customers globally is working with the brand and to see their results. And today, COR.color, which is the permanent color range of Original Mineral, now launched in the UK since January this year, 2023. And we see already so many customers that are using it. You create beautiful results. And I know you have some questions. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to run through the range, the colors, how you get your gray coverage, how you can work with this color together with the lighteners. Original Mineral, founded by Josie Bryce-Smith in Australia, a British woman actually, who's been living in Australia for over 2 decades. She created this brand because she wanted to do something healthier, something better for the environment, for hairdressers, for stylists, and for the planet. It started when her partner at that point got contact dermatitis, and she started to work on products that could make a cleaner, better result without affecting our health. And she did it. And we are so proud and so happy to be able to work with this amazing brand in the UK as well now. And COR.color, it's a next generation in ammonia, PPD, and resorcinol-free professional hair color. It's only used in salons, and it's a globally big brand that has been seen in Australia, in UK, in France, Belgium, Holland, Germany, Sweden, Norway, wherever you might think. It's beautiful and amazing to see how it grows. And we call it COR because color, it's a core of our brand. And the O, it's the heart, and it represents a commitment to making the cleanest color possible in the world by eliminating harsh chemicals. It's ammonia, it's PPD, and it's resorcinol-free. And what ammonia traditionally does, and we have seen it for ages in traditional hair color, it swells the hair, it opens up the cuticles, and it penetrates within the cortex. And we have replaced it with MEA. It's an alkaline agent that mimics the role of ammonia, but you don't get the odor, you don't get the red eyes or the skin irritation. And PPD, it's a chemical known to cause dermatitis, reddening and swelling of the scalp and the face, and it can create serious reactions. And it's replaced with low levels of PTDS. And what that does, it will give you up to 50% less allergic reactions. So it's safe to use, and it's a really, really good replacement to PD. And resorcinol, as you know, it's a popular colorant agent, toxic to wildlife and to the human immune system. Methyl resorcinol or 4-fluororesorcinol, it's 2 chemicals that is kinder to the environment, which we find really important, and with less potential to sensitize. ingredients, natural ingredients in COR.color. We need nutrition, we need health, we need nourishment for the hair. And the Aboriginal Australians have for 4,000 years and more of that has been using natural ingredients, plants, berries, herbs, and flower extracts for the benefits that they give to the body. And in O&M color, in the liquids, in the retail range, in the clean tones, we've added so many of those agents because of their benefits to the body. What you will get when using COR.color is beautiful shine, a healthy hair, a color that you can trust, and no fumes, no harsh chemicals, and no allergies. The COR.color codes is the International Color Classification Code, and it goes from a level 2 up to a level 10. We got the reflects in COR.color that goes from 0.1, which is ash, up to 0.9, which is green or matte. You also got the second reflect that you will see in the color chart. The color wheel looks like this. You can also find it in the color chart here, where you have all the reflects and the second reflects. So you see where you are when you're working. The naturals and the cool naturals and warm naturals we have here, the naturals come from a level 2 to a level 10. It's got 100% of gray coverage up to a level 9, as well as the cool naturals and the warm naturals it's got. Because what we get a lot of questions about is gray coverage. How you cover gray in the best, most natural way. And what we do in COR.color, we can, just as I said, cover gray 100% up to a level 9 in the naturals, the warm natural and the cool naturals. The rest of the ranges got 25% of gray coverage. And you always use the same amount of base. So the same amount of, for example, of 50 as you got percentage of gray. You can see it on this scale here. And you can also always drop the base up to 1 level if you got a resistant gray and you want 100% gray coverage. And the activator that is recommended for gray coverage is 6%, 20 vol, and you use it 1 to 1.5. The development time when you're using a color that you want gray coverage with is 40 to 45 minutes. We got the ash and the intense ash range that you have on from the ash range from a level 4 up to a level 10, and the intense ash from a level 2 up to a level 9. Where you can get those ashy or intense ashy results. If you want to increase the ashy and the cool side, or if you want to remove and neutralize. The cool beige range goes from a 513, 613, and 713. And there's also beige range that goes from 6 up to a level 10. The gold goes from a level 4 up to a level 10, and the gold and copper from a level 6 to a level 8. They can always be mixed in between, so you can create your chosen target shade. The core colors are always recommended to be used 1 to 1.5. The copper gold, red intense, and red are the ones you can see here, and it's the one that are used to get those beautiful, vibrant coppers, those copper golds, those red coppers, or those really deep red colors. And we also got the violets, the ash violets, and the pearl range, where you can create both violet tones and also really pearly blondes. Brunette, golden brunette, and chocolate brunette can, of course, be mixed in between themselves or with any other color to create whatever you want and to really get those light brunette blonde or those dark golden brunette blonde. It's the chocolate one. It's got a bit of warmth, but not too much. The super blondes, you find them in your color chart as well. They are on a level 12, and you work with them on a natural base of level 6 and up. I think personally, and from my experience, I rather work with them from a level 7 and up. And they are used to achieve light blondes without using a lightener. With this, you use them 1 to 2. I said before, you're using COR.color 1 to 1.5. But with the super blondes, you use this 1 to 2. And the development time is 55 minutes. And you use this with 9% or 12%, 30 or 40 vol. We also have pure colors in gold, copper, red, violet, and ash. And how you use them is like this. The mixing ratio is 1 part pure color to 10 parts chosen color shade. So it's 1 to 10, and you use this before the activator is added into the mixture. And the pastels is a range of pastel toners, and these are designed specifically to be used on pre-lightened hair on a level 9 to 10. They can be used for either soft natural colors or high fashion color reflect results. And you can use them with the 1, the 1.5, or the 3% activator. So 3.5 volt, 5 volt, or 10 volt. And the timing is up to 30 minutes. And here as well, you use them 1 to 2. The underlying pigments that you have is important to consider and important to know about because they are what will help you to get your chosen target shade. You can't forget this, because if you do, you can end up with a result that you didn't want. When it comes to O&M activators, they have the signature oil blend of organic coconut oil and macadamia oil. So before you're using it, give them a bit of a shake, because what an oil does naturally is to separate. And if you don't shake them a bit, they will not be blended well. So make sure to do that before you use them. There is 6 activators to choose between, from 1% to 12%. And the 1%, you use it to tone. It's the tone-to-tone activator, and it gives you 0 levels of lift. It won't break the base, it won't lift the hair in between foils or the natural hair, anything. The 1.5%, you can create a semi, a level on level, and it can lift sometimes up to 1 level. The 3% is where you want the on-level shade, when you want to darken something, or even lift up something up to 1 level. When you want to create a demi, you can do that with 3% and the mixing ratio 1 to 2. The 6%, you get 1 to 2 levels of lift, And it's the activator you're using when you're doing a gray coverage. And the 9%, you give 2 to 3 levels of lift, and the 12%, you get up to 4 levels of lift. And this is on virgin natural hair. There's also a tube of clear in COR.color, which is not to be mixed with the bottle of clear that we are using in clean liquids. It's a hair color cream without any pigments. It's versatile to use, and you can use it with any color you want, but it's not recommended to be used when you want a full gray coverage. It stops oversaturation on hair, on color pigments, on really porous or on really sensitive hair. You can pastelize and soften and show some color for a lighter and more light reflect result. With the clear, you apply the normal timing, and when you're using clear on its own, you can use 3, 6, or 9% of activator for up to 45 minutes. And as you can see here, with the 3%, it can lift up to 1 level, 2 levels with 6%, and up to 3 levels on 9%. And this is also on natural hair, not on pre-colored or pre-lightened hair. The keratin lighteners, we have 3 of them in O&M, 1 pink, 1 white, and 1 blue. And you're using the pink one when you want a lift up to 7 levels. And the difference between them is that the pink one got a low amount of ammonia in it. It's not a high amount, or you will not see it as an old school ammonia lightener. This is the O&M amino acid complex that they have by themselves, and it will protect the hair and nourish the hair and give you a super clean and beautiful lift. The blue and the white one also lifts up to 7 levels, and they are without ammonia. You can mix them in between. You can use, for example, 50% of the pink one, 50% of the blue one. You still get up to 7 levels of lift, and you get a bit of different texture and consistency, a more creamy lightener to work with if you want and are more comfortable in using that. And the keratin in these keratin lighteners, this keratin's protein structure is similar to the hair's own structure, and it will help to protect while the lightener penetrates the hair. The keratin lighteners is supposed to be used and can be used to on and off scalp applications. On scalp lightening, you can use 10, 20 vol, 3 and 6%, and off scalp applications as highlights, as foil works, you can use 10, 20, or 30 volt, 3, 6, or 9%. And it achieves up to 7 levels of lift on natural hair. The mixing ratio is 1 part lightener to 2 part activator. And there is, as you all know, no set development time, but 50 minutes is the maximum recommended time to avoid oversensitizing the hair. And if you're using it on scalp, you can use a cap or plastic to keep the product moist and to not dry out. The paint powder, you have it here, and it's the freehand balayage lightener that you can use on all open air techniques. It will keep the integrity of the hair, and it will lift up to 4 levels. It will, as all freehand balayage lightener does, it will become hard on the outside, but still be moist on the inside. And that when it's still active. And it's based on kaolin clay. And this kaolin clay is a traditional clay that has been used for thousands and thousands of years. And because when creating porcelain, because it's a really shiny and it's a really, you get a good consistency when you're working with it. And you can use it and leave it on for up to 50 minutes. And the mixing instructions comes like this when it comes to paint powder. You can use 6, 9, or 12%, 20, 30, or 40 vol. It's recommended to be used in a mixing ratio 1 to 1.5. And you can use it in 1 to 2 or 1 to 1. When you're mixing it, start by adding the activator to the powder and mix with a plastic comb or with a whisk and keep on mixing. Keep on mixing because it will change in the consistency. At first, it will be a bit hard, you will think this can never be used when I'm doing my balayage, but keep on mixing and it will be creamy and soft. And do not add more and more and more activator, because if you do, it will be too rinny and you will not get the effect of what the result you want. Because then if you're using too much activator and it's too rinny, it can be, you don't get the ratios right and it can be patchy and you won't get the lift as you wanted to. So always start and try with it with a recommended mixing ratio, which is 1 to 1.5. The final lightener is the cream whip. It's a cream lightener that is ammonia-free, it's vegan. It's added violet pigments in it to remove brassy tones. And it can be used in foils, board painting, and balayage. And it can also be used to a scalp lightener. And it lightens up the hair to 6 levels. If you're using it on scalp, don't use too high of an activator. It will give you a clean, beautiful lift anyway. Always start with a lower activator. And what this has inside it, it's corn protein. It's got argan oil that will moisture, add shine, protect the hair, and protect it from breakage. And the corn protein, it contains vitamin C and other antioxidants that will help to strengthen the hair. The kaolin that we also had in the paint powder, it helps to balance the pH and it will help to restore the hair strands. And the wax, it's this plant-based wax, which is rich in nutrition and easily absorbed into the scalp and hair while creating an instant barrier to prevent moisture loss. This was the 5 lighteners. The 3 keratin lighteners, the white and the blue one without ammonia, the pink one with a low amount of ammonia, where you have the mixing ratios 1 to 2. You have the paint powder, the freehand balayage lightener that lifts up to 4 levels, that is recommended to be used with 1 to 1.5 mixing ratio, and the cream whip that lift up to 6 levels with the ammonia-free ingredients and with the violet pigment that will remove brassy tones. You can find all information about O&M and on Original Mineral websites. You can also find a lot of education and inspiration on, as I mentioned when we started, on cleancoloracademy.com. You can sign up there to register. And also on the Facebook group, on the O&M COR group on Facebook, where you can share your results. You can see other customers, other O&M ambassadors globally work with a brand. You can ask your questions if you feel like there's something you want to know. And you can also always contact us on O&M UK. Keep on sharing your work on Original Mineral UK. Tag us so we can see and share your beautiful work. And we're always here to help. If it's a question about the colors, if it's a question about the lighteners on the clean tones, it can be about clean liquids, about the retail, about a product. Please let us know. We are here to help. And as you saw here, we had the next part, which is about COR Restore, and that will come soon. And I hope to see you then. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.